to the LaBrae girls program as their head coach, Mandy Rowe, joins us. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Traveling down to the MVAC now, Coach, and looking at your team this year, and now that you get a little bit more of a sense now that we're deeper in November of what you have now as far as participation was, what does it look like the big name players for your team this year are going to be, and what are some younger players that you think might have a big impact on the court this year?
Okay, so I returned 3 starters. I have senior Briley Daniels. She had about 12 points a game for us. Solid defender, steals. She had about 4 steals a game. Um, she loves to pressure the ball and just run all over the court. So she's going to do great things for us this year. Then we have our leading scorer Laura McCoy back. She averaged about 16 a game. She's our go-to whenever we need a basket. We try to run something through her. She's a solid defender. She's a great passer, great court IQ. So looking to her for some big things this year. And then rounding out our third starter is Janiah Dorsey. She's a junior. Did I say Laura McCoy is a junior? She's a junior this year. Wishing we had another year with her, but Janiah Dorsey's a junior. She started for us last year. She's about 5'9" forward. We're going to look to her to be aggressive offensively underneath and then banging down low on defense against some of the post players. We lost a lot of size. This is the first year I've coached without a rep art. So, 5'10", 5'11" for the last 4 years. I think our tallest girl this year is about 5'9". So we're going to change our style up a little bit and look to run more with some athleticism. We have a newcomer, Kirsten Brewer. She's a senior. She just moved into our district. So looking to her to contribute big for us. She's a nice shooter, has good floor IQ, just seems like a great defender. And we've seen some good things from her already. And then we have some newcomers, younger girls. Mia Hemingway, she's a sophomore. She's got some size and strength, so she'll play down low for us. And then sophomore Mary Beth Craig, she had some good minutes in JV last year, so we're hoping she can contribute. And then Marissa Levinsky, she's an incoming freshman who's got great speed and athleticism.
Coach, one of the things that we always kind of ask the coaches that come on, what are some of the things that you kind of want these girls to take away from being under you when they do graduate from your program and they do leave the LaBrae school system? What kind of things do you want them to look back on and say that they learned from being coached by Coach Rowe?
We tell them all the time it's not necessarily about the wins and losses, but just taking pride in what they do. Coming in, working hard, and using those attributes for future. We tell them, that you need to be disciplined in what you do, and we want them to show commitment in all that they do. And so this is just a stepping stone, and we just want them to create a lot of memories and to think back and have some great memories as they go on into their life.
And looking at the team last year, too, I think for as young as you were and what you're returning from last year, I think you guys had those young players that stepped up and I think that are ready to take a hold this year. 9-8 still was a good record, I think, for a very competitive MVAC last year. Talking about how the MVAC is going to look this year, we know a lot of big names from a lot of schools are now moved out. How do you think you guys are going to fare in that MVAC this year? And what are you guys going to need to do as a team to kind of be towards the tops of the MVAC discussions at the end of the season?
Yeah, our goal is always to be at the top of the league. And it's just a gauntlet day in and day out. These teams, they're all loaded with players. And then we've got veteran coaches that do a great job with their teams. I know every team, Crestview, Champion, Liberty, Garfield, us, we've all lost some big players, but I know that there's girls waiting just to step into those spots. So, nothing to take away from them because I know that they'll have their teams ready to go. Newton Falls, I know that they'll be competitive too. Liberty, Camel, they're rebuilding. I know they've got their old coach back in, and I know he's going to do some good things with them. So it's just getting our girls ready to compete day in and day out.
So that's how the MVAC schedule is going to look. What about some non-conference games that you have on your slate this year that you think will really prepare you for the end of the season and tournament time?
We have a nice out of league schedule, a lot of Division III schools that we might run into in the tournament. We see Cardinal, Middlefield. We played them. They were on our schedule last year. We lost pretty much all of our non-league games last year, which was a bummer. So we didn't see Bristol. We see them again this year. They're always a tough game. Cardinal, Middlefield. We have Wyndham, Badger, Springfield will be a tough one. And Mineral Ridge, I know they're under a new coach. So it'll be nice to see what she does with them. And then we open up with Niles and Girard. Those are always tough games.
Obviously, a good schedule, though, to get the girls ready for the season. And looking at the season, too, I think it's fair to say that the LaBrae community supports its athletics very well, too. What is going to be sort of the sales pitch, though, for anybody that's on the fence about coming out to see this girls' team, as we expect this MVAC to be just, like you said, a gauntlet to go through?
Yeah, we're excited. Last year, we were able to have some fans, but this year we're kind of back to normal, so hoping to get some student section there and a lot of the kids. We know we travel well with our family and siblings, and but we're hoping to get a good following. We've had football's having a great season, and then the volleyball games, we filled pretty much one side of the stand, so we're hoping to continue that.
You guys get some of the best basketball crowds that we've seen in the YSN family. LaBrae Basketball has this kind of mystique to it that people want to come and watch you guys. Talk about this community and what it's like being a part of it, and what makes LaBrae so special.
So I just think, the following is great. The boys basketball program there is so successful. They run with pure athleticism too, and that's how we try to get our girls to play quick and athletic, and just bring a lot of excitement to the game. So we're hoping we can continue that this year.
Coach, we know every great coach loves to have a great staff that's around them, that supports them and helps build that team up as well. So I want to give you the opportunity to shout out some of your assistants and a lot of those other big staff members that are going to be helping you out along the way this season.
Oh, I'm happy to brag on my assistant coaches today. So my varsity assistant and JV coaches, Rick Aldridge, just has a vast knowledge of the game, lots of experience coaching and playing, great X's and O's guy. So we make a great team, and I'm happy to have him on staff with me. And then our junior high, we have Lisa Aldridge, his wife, is coaching our 8th grade. She's been there a couple years. She has some varsity experience as well. And then my husband, Todd Rowe, I stole him from the boys' side. He's coming over to the girls this year to do the 7th grade. So looking forward to having those girls in a couple years from the junior high. Actually, my daughter's in 7th grade. So we started back when her group and then the 8th grade group, they were in kindergarten, 1st grade, and we took some of those girls to the YMCA in Youngstown. So we've had them for quite a few years and looking to see great things out of them.
Coach, before we let you go, we know in basketball, just like every other sport, communication and chemistry is so important on the floor. What kind of things have you been doing in the summer and now in these couple weeks getting ready for the season to try to build team chemistry and the team relationship and bond?
So we had a nice summer. We were able to do our summer league again. We went to a shootout just to get the team bonding together. We've done some things outside of the gym. The girls were in lifting weights. And I attribute all of that to my upperclassmen. They're doing a great job of showing leadership and getting the younger girls involved and seeing what it's like to put the work in. In the last couple of years, we have girls coming in at 6 a.m. to shoot in the mornings. And so that's just something that those younger girls can pick up on and continue that tradition.
Coach, my final question for you, and I think there's a lot of things to be excited about with the combination of fans being back in stands, having a young team with some returning starters, and being a wide open conference. But asking you personally, what are you most excited for about this upcoming season?
I love basketball season, so I'm ready to go. We have a few scrimmages under our belts, and just seeing the improvement each day in and out of practice, and watching the girls come in and work hard. We're excited. We're excited to get to the games and the atmosphere, and just how fun it's going to be. And we know it's going to be a roller coaster, but it's that way every year, so we're ready for it.
Roller coasters are fun to ride, right?
It depends where you're at on that roller coaster.
That's true, Coach. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We look forward to following you on that ride all season and supporting and covering you guys. And we look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.